morning, boys and girls.
Hi.
Hi, lovely to see you. We've got lovely boys and girls at preschool, and I can see the boys and girls at home too, Lynda.
Good
with
to
their
have
smiling
you with us.
faces.
Absolutely.
Now, I hope they're going to join us in our preschool song.
I think they will.
Remember to sing sweetly.
Oh, our preschool is a happy place to be. Yee-haw! Yes, our preschool is great fun for you and me. Yee-haw! We are laughing, we are sharing, we are learning, we are caring at Gulf Harbour Preschool. It is fun to be. Yee-haw! Singing I, yippee-yippee-yay. Yee-haw! Singing I, yippee-yippee-yay. Yee-haw! Singing I, yippee-yippee-yay.
Beautiful singing and lovely singing at home too.
It is. It's lovely to hear boys and girls.
So lovely.
Well, Marianne, what have you got there sitting on the ground there? It looks like something I would love to munch.
Really? Well, you know, yesterday we talked about rice, and rice is a grain, and you could do lots of wonderful things with rice, couldn't you? Remember, we could make rice flour, we could make rice crackers, and we could eat rice for dinner, and
Rice
we could
flour?
eat rice flour, rice for pudding. Rice is used in so many ways, and also they even use the plant to make baskets and hats.
Isn't that amazing?
So
boys and
rice
girls?
gets used all around the world, doesn't it? And you need lots of what for rice to grow? Lots of
Stuff.
lots of stuff. What's that wet stuff?
Hot stuff.
Water.
Water. You need lots of water for the rice to
It
grow
has to be all covered in water when they plant the little plants.
in the paddy fields.
And then they dry them out when they've grown.
Yeah.
And they cut them down.
Amazing. So we thought today we'd look at another type of grain.
This is exciting, guys.
Corn.
What do you
Another
think?
one.
What kind of grain do you think it is?
Corn.
Corn. This is actually a sweet corn, isn't it, Lynda? Sweet corn. Now I've drawn a little picture for you to look at, and we can have a study of how corn grows as well, because corn grows on a plant too. And a whole corn like this is a vegetable.
Mm.
Yum. Who likes sweet corn?
Maybe.
Do you like it at home?
Do you?
I do.
How,
Me too.
how do you like your sweet corn, Inez? What do you put on it? Anything?
Butter.
Butter.
I like mine with butter on
I-
it.
I-
And pepper.
And how do you have your sweet corn, Otis?
Oh, you have it with other things for your meal, don't you? But boys and girls, sometimes Marianne, corn, I'll have to bring it and show the boys and girls, corn can come in a little round thing.
A tin.
A tin.
And you have to open it up.
And heat it up, and it's creamed corn, and it's very sloppy, but it's delicious, and it has all those little bits, all those kernels.
Let's take it up close so we can have a look at it.
Guess what I eat?
Let's show you the corn.
What
This
do
is,
you eat it with?
this is called corn on the cob, like this. You see all the little individual little kernels? Those little bits of corn. Now I'll tell you something really interesting. Well, it's interesting to me. When I was a little girl and I ate sweet corn, guess what I had on my sweet corn?
What?
I bet it was
Golden
syrup.
syrup. Golden syrup. That would be me, wouldn't it?
Not very good for your
No,
teeth.
terrible. But it was very yummy. We'd have butter and then golden syrup.
My goodness, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, so that was something we did at our house. And it would be our dessert. It wasn't with our dinner, it was our dessert. So there you go, something different.
So how does that grow? That's pretty big. I think
I
it's
know,
even
look how
longer
big it is.
when it comes.
Yeah, this is actually half a piece, Lynda. It'll be that long, a whole piece. It's just a half.
Guys.
So I can show you my picture, because I've drawn an illustration to show you how it grows. Can you see the picture? Can you see it at home? Okay. So let's look at the bottom first. What are these? What kind of roots are they? They're not tap roots, they're, yeah, they're corn roots, you're so right.
Good
But
thinking.
they starts with an F, a fried Fibrous roots.
Because they're all like
Yeah.
this.
Little fibrous roots. Lots of little roots. Not one big tap root like a carrot or a parsnip or turnip or beetroot, but fibrous roots. And then we've got the, what's this bit?
Stalk.
Yep, stalk or the stem, absolutely. And we've got some of these.
Leaves.
Yep, leaves. And this part of the leaf here is called the leaf blade. It's a leaf blade there.
They're really spiky.
Yeah, they
Good,
are.
Franklin, that's
It's
excellent.
exactly right. That's probably why they're called a blade, because blades are sharp.
I love those words.
It's
you
really
use.
good thinking, very clever. So that's a leaf blade there, that part. There's some leaves there. And then we go right up the top, and this part here is the flower, and they call the cornflower, not to be mixed up with cornflower, the tassel. So that's called a tassel up the top there. And that's a pretty flower on
But
top.
where's the corn growing?
Well, Lynda, can you look at my picture and see the corn?
Oh,
Who
I
can
can
see it?
see.
Can you
no,
see it?
here, we won't do
Yeah.
that.
Elaine, would you like to come and show us where the corn is? Let's see if she spots the corn. There it is.
Wow,
Clever
good
you.
girl.
Well
Lovely.
done. So yes,
And
that's,
Otis and all of you spotted that, and I think you guys at home
you can see it looks
spotted
quite
it
like
too.
my corn here. This is the corn here. It's got lots and lots of little tiny kernels like this. And this part that wraps around the corn, it's called the ear, wraps around the corn. I'm going to show you a real a corn that's still wrapped up. I'll be showing you that probably in the next video. But for now, this is the ears of the corn that goes around it and covers it up like that. And then the ears come back and the corn comes out. And that's the part we eat, not the ears, we eat this part.
And the boys and girls probably, you may have seen at home, your mummy or your daddy peeling that off. I actually cook my corn in the microwave.
Lynda.
Yes, I do, and I leave all the ears on it.
Yeah.
And then when it comes out of the microwave, I peel it off, and it's beautifully cooked.
Some people do that on a barbecue, I've noticed.
Yes, on a barbecue, we do it
Yeah.
on the barbecue
Or
too.
I think honey's as well. I've
Yes,
seen them
yes.
keep it wrapped up.
because it makes it steam inside,
Oh,
and
more
the corn
juicy
is just
and-
so crispy and delicious.
Just
And then you
like
take it
golden
off.
syrup.
Yes, absolutely. Even better because it's not
I
fatty.
eat corn
Yeah,
It's so
oh,
good.
that-
on my dinner.
so
Excellent.
good for you. So good for you.
Corn's pretty cool. So this, yeah, that's the corn there. That's called a corn cob. And that would have that extra bit on there. Corn cob. Can you say that? Corn cob. Yeah. Can you say that at home? That's right, corn cob. And then on top of the corn cob, right here, is some little bits in there, like little brown bits that be on the end there, and they're called the silks. Silk, like the material silk. So they're called the silks. There. So we've got the tassel at the top. We've got the silks there. The sweet corn cob there. The ears that go around it. And I'll show you that when I show you a sweet corn that's got the ears still on.
It's actually not the season at the moment for them, so you may
Oh.
not be able to get one.
You think
Mary's
not?
going to go to the veggie shop and
I'm
see.
going to try that Manly Veggie shop
Yes,
again.
because that's a very
They
special
seem
shop.
to have everything.
But usually,
Yeah.
There's lots of you.
Has it gone out of season already?
I don't know. I think season will comes later in the summer. Yes,
I bought
soon.
some
Very
a
soon.
little while ago.
Someone's Christmas.
Sometimes we get vegetables which are out of season, so you
Yes,
never
and
know.
they come from another country.
Maybe from overseas. So we
Let's
might-
fingers crossed, shall
I'm
we?
going to try and get some
That we
corn
can
that's all
get
wrapped
one
up
to show
in the
you.
ears.
Yes, because I ordered that and that's what I got. It was all chopped up nicely.
Very well prepared.
I know.
So yeah, I'll try and get some corn with the ears on, but otherwise you can imagine the green.
And then the big
wrapped
tassel,
around.
you have to pull off the,
That's
sorry, not
silk.
the tassel, the silks.
Yeah,
You
the
have to
silk.
pull them off.
You pull the silk off and then you peel it down, don't you? And you have the yummy corn inside that you can cook. Some people actually eat it raw. I've seen that as well. Munch it like that.
I tell you who like to eat raw corn are animals.
Yes, they do.
On a farm.
They do, they really do. And sometimes the farmers grow the corn just for the animals to eat.
Now, Marianne, why does the plant grow these? Actually, boys and girls, why do you think the plant grows that on it?
What are
It's
these?
not the flower.
Corn.
These are
It's
the little
corn,
tiny.
but what are they? What do they
corn.
become when they dry out? Littles.
Corn.
I wonder if anyone knows.
Who said that? Did somebody say seeds?
Yes, I think 4 people.
Someone
before
over
you,
there.
Our special dream team
So,
talked about it.
These little tiny individual ones are seeds. And if you dry them out,
There you go,
They look like this.
Marianne.
they look like this. I'll bring it up so you guys at home can see. Can you see that? Tilly? Yeah. Those are the tiny little, and these are dried out. They're very, very hard, so you couldn't eat those. But they're dried out, and then you can plant them in the ground, cover them with soil, give them some sunshine, a little bit of rain, and you'll grow a corn plant like that. The corn plant will grow, and eventually, after a
Very,
little
very
while,
tall they grow.
they do. They go
Bigger
very
than you
tall.
and me. Taller than you.
Absolutely, a couple of meters tall, some of them. And then after they mature and get big enough, they'll grow these wonderful sweet corn cobs with the silks on the top, wrapped in the ears, all ready for the farmers to pick them.
Isn't that exciting?
It is.
Now I'm going to ask a very tricky question, so put on your thinking caps on at home, and you people
We
there.
love tricky questions.
Now sometimes we don't plant these little dry kernels, I think they're called.
Yep.
We don't plant them. We do something very special. We heat them up, hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, until they become
Popcorn.
popcorn. So let me see those popping popcorns. Like that.
Pop, 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 pop.
And I've got some popcorn that I bought from my house.
Shall I open it?
It's very gorgeous popcorn. Oh, it's got yummy stuff
So
with
is
it.
that ready for me, Jade?
But look, Marianne, that is just one little. That's one little kernel
It's
there,
exploded.
and it's
Wow.
and it's so yummy, and it's good for you, and it's just lovely. Popcorn. So on
Wow.
this little one here would have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of popcorns.
Wow. Maybe we can make popcorn on the video.
That would be, yes, that would be
I'm
good.
sure we could. Because
Yes.
I've got the corn ready to go.
Yes.
And I think we might have a machine.
I think I've got, well, I know I've got one at home.
Yeah.
So we might do that tomorrow.
And the boys and girls can hear that pop, 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 and see it flying everywhere, all over the mat.
That would be
That
wonderful.
would be neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What have you got there, Lynda?
Now also I've got, what are those, boys and girls?
Oh, yum.
Zippy.
They're actually not chips. Well, they're kind of called chips, but they're not
They're
ordinary
something
chips.
chips,
They're
aren't they?
something chips. What do you think the first word is?
They're not potato chips.
They're not made out of
Corn.
potatoes. Corn chips. Hands up those people at home and at preschool that have had corn chips before. They're so yummy. Okay. Even Philo's got a hand
Bit
up.
of guacamole with those.
I know Philo loves those. And
Yeah.
so does Marianne, and so does our lovely Kirsty and Lynda, because these were from my dinner last night. So there's
Oh.
some beautiful corn chips, and there are so many things, Marianne, that yes, you've got something that looked, Marianne's got something.
I bought this in. This is a box, but inside the box we've got stand and stuff, and they are taco shells, and they're made from corn. And you can put your delicious. You can put your beans, or some people put mince in there, and they make them into yummy
And
tacos.
veggies and salad and
Yes,
lettuce and
yeah, and
cheese
beans,
and
all kinds
yummy.
of stuff, and a bit of guacamole on top, and you get a lovely Mexican dish. Yum, yum, yum. So that's one of my favourites
Corn
too.
grows beautifully in Mexico, and where it's lovely and hot, those big hot
I'll
countries.
show you what they look like.
Ooh.
Because you never know, I might have them for dinner tonight. I'll have a look. Oh, here we are. Have a better look. They look like corn chips, but they're really big. Here
Look,
they
you
are.
should- Oh, look at them, aren't
And
they
then you can
gorgeous?
put yummy things in there to eat. Heat them up. I just put them in the oven so they get really nice and crunchy. Add your lovely ingredients and yum. So that's
So
corn.
aren't we grateful, boys and girls, for this plant? It's a big plant, but we
Smells
can
nice
get
too.
so many delicious things from the seeds that this plant makes. And the seeds actually are a corn cob, and then they become
Altogether,
seeds.
they're a vegetable, aren't
They
they?
are a
And
vegetable.
individually, they're a
corn.
seed or a
It's very
grain.
confusing, but they are a
Yeah.
grain and a vegetable at the same time.
It's incredible, isn't
It
it?
is.
It is.
Now, we're going to sing a song, and then we're going to get our special Kirsty has been working with our big 4-year-olds, and they've been doing something really interesting, so she's going to pop up. But we might sing our farmer plants the seeds, and this time he's not planting rice. What do you think he's planting?
Corn.
You are so
Yeah,
right.
spot on.
Absolutely.
Let's sing about corn.
Okay, so the farmer plants the corn.
Okay.
The farmer plants the corn. The farmer plants the corn. High on the cherry, the farmer plants the corn. Oh, let me see popping those seeds into the ground. The sun comes out grows and grows and grows. The corn begins to grow, the corn begins to grow. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the corn begins to grow. And as soon as that's very, very huge, the farmer has to come along, and there are two types of farmers. There's farmers that cut it by hand, just like the rice, but there's farmers that use a big combine harvester and it sucks them all up and harvests them.
Wow.
The farmer picks the corn, the farmer picks the corn. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the farmer picks the corn. And here we go. Now it's time to eat, yum yum. Now it's time to eat, yum yum. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, now it's time to eat. Oh, delicious corn. We really look forward to there being lots of corn in our shops because sweet corn is good for us. It makes us healthy and
Like
makes
all
us
vegetables.
strong.
Good to eat.
So good for you.
And it's a lovely colour, isn't it?
Right, now I'm going to get our gorgeous Kirsty to come up and she's going to show you something that the 4-year-olds have been doing. Yes. Okay. There we are, Kirsty. So you might like to hold it up close.
Sure. Hi boys and girls, nice to see you. Now, who can see this beautiful piece of work that someone called Eric has done with me this morning? This is a corn cob, and because we've been learning all about corn, we decided at the Dream Team table that we would practice some maths, and this is a fun way to learn maths. So it means counting and looking at numbers and being able to tell me what the numbers are and adding numbers together. And we did this using dice. Okay, so what we had to do was we had a picture of a special corn cob and we had 2 dice and the corn cob had circles on it which were blank. And what I would get to do, what I would get the children to do, Anaïs, did you want to come and show us what we did? Yes, come and show the children at
So
home
exciting.
how clever she is with her maths. So what you would do is she would roll the dice. Okay, so Anaïs would tell me that how many dots were on this dice here.
6.
And on this dice. Okay, and then she would have to tell me how many spots all together on the dice. Now, do you remember how to figure out how many dots all together?
12.
12. Now, Anaïs has actually already turned 5.
Super clever.
So she's super, super amazing at maths. But all the children that came and sat with me at the table were just amazing at counting all the dots and adding them together, which is
Wow.
a really, really amazing skill to have. So this is a fun way to practice your maths, okay? And then when she came up with the number 12, she picked a spot and she would write the number. And we did it over and over again and practiced our counting and adding numbers together. And each time she got a number, she would write that number in the circle. And everyone had a turn doing that. So then, of course, we practiced some writing, because it's always good to practice our writing, isn't it, boys and girls? Really, I was really impressed with everyone that came to the table today. They were very, very clever. There's beautiful writing and amazing counting. So at home, if you have some time, you could print a corn cob off. You could draw your own corn cob with green and yellow. You could use some yellow and green paper and use your scissors and cut one out. And I'm sure you have some dice at home as well that you could use to do this game. Okay, thank you, Anaïs. You can go and sit down.
Wow.
So that is the game that we've been doing today.
Such a cool game,
So
Kirsty.
everyone can do this at home, and if you don't have dice, you can use counting things like pebbles, little glass counters, or anything, stones, whatever you have, and just practice counting and then adding together, and then carefully writing your numbers.
Wow.
Okay.
So beautiful.
And Eric, this is Eric's, and he did a really good job. So well done, Eric. Okay.
Big clap round.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome. I'll see you again soon.
And Marianne will be back tomorrow,
Yes.
and we'll be be talking about, perhaps we'll have some real corn with the,
Well, I'm hoping to find a real corn with ears around it, so let's hope.
but also we might have another type of grain that lots of us have for breakfast.
We might. I wonder what that might be.
Let's wait.
Could be
What
cocoa
could
puffs.
be?
Don't know. Anyway, boys and girls, we'll see you tomorrow. Ka kite.
Ka kite.
Bye, boys and girls.